now that Billy Gonzales has been hired as the interim head coach and Russ Callaway, I don't know if I've seen it official. I've heard many people say it, so I'm assuming. I mean, it's going to happen. Russ Callaway will call plays.
Yeah. When I was writing about it today. No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what does this staff need to do in the next 2 weeks to get us prepared for the rest of the season? And I mean, hopefully they can show us something that we looked at for something with Billy. Maybe the predictability on the play calling. Like, how much could this staff realistically do to get that offensive play calling to a better level, or offensive play to a better level?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're gonna find out, but like I'm willing to bet a noticeable amount. Like, I mean, I think, look, I mean, Florida has been competitive in these games, and the plays are there. Like, we know Dallas Wilson and Vernell Brown and Jaden Baugh are real guys, like guys who, if they entered the portal, would be among the most heavily coveted players at their positions. Probably Baugh would be number one. Probably Baugh would be definitely the number one running back in the portal if he entered.
Yep.
So point I'm trying to make is that Florida has guys that are like legit players, and I'd be lying if I told you that I look at Russ Callaway with an air raid background, that I look at our new interim head coach being a wide receivers guy and the young talent at receiver Florida had. Look, I think they're going to come out with some bells and whistles in the Georgia game.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it's enough. Like, I'm not saying they're going to like completely overhaul the offense, but I think, yeah, I mean, you've got the bye, you've got extra time to install some stuff. You've got nothing to lose. Russ Callaway is trying to get an OC job next year. Billy Gonzales is, I mean, I don't know what his plans are from here. But he could be trying to get a job for himself too. So, I mean, I think they're going to come out and show a little bit, and maybe I'm totally off base there, but I think it's got me very intrigued, and it's why I'm glad this happened, because I really did want to see what an interim staff here could do down the stretch without being burdened by Billy's offensive philosophy, which we just know doesn't work.
Yeah, play vertical, plays are there. Just need to know when to run them and change it up. Have the O-line be more aggressive and come off the ball more. I mean, I don't hate it. Go vertical. We have the receivers, Dallas Wilson. I know Vernell Brown and Mizell both got hurt. Luckily, we have 2 weeks to get them all healthy up. I mean, I know this is defensively. I know Devin Moore, I think he's going to be good to go and everything. I think he's not going to be seriously injured, I should say. But I do wonder if we have any player opt-outs or how many we have, if there's any significant ones. Because it could be something that affects us for the rest of the season.
It could, but it's like, who are the candidates to do that? Because to me, if you're not like a Baugh level player, I think you're much better served putting film out there these next few weeks than, especially now that you can't, first of all, you can't immediately enter the portal. And you were past the point where any of these guys, except for Dallas, and actually how many games has Dallas played in now?
3.
Okay, so he could still do it if he wanted to, and preserve a red shirt, but most of these guys can't. So, I mean, I'm not saying you won't see one. I will just say, first of all, at all these jobs that have opened, pretty much at none of them have guys been entering the portal en masse. I think like a few Oklahoma State guys did.
I think Virginia Tech had a starting corner or a good corner.
Yeah, Virginia Tech had a couple too. You're right. I don't think UCLA had many, if any. I don't think Arkansas has had any. I don't think Penn State has had any. So, I mean, like, I think you'll see a couple maybe, but I don't expect like Florida to be significantly depleted down the stretch here.
Rob, I think tight ends opt out because Billy G will not let them touch the field.
That's
one thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing that with Russ and Billy G, play less 2 tight end sets.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we can also complain about the O-line and run blocking, but tight ends, when they're on the line, they're blocking just like an O-lineman. And if Hayden Hansen or Amir Jackson or Tony Livingston whips on a block, you're blaming the O-line for a play that was made because on the tight end.
Yeah.
And I'd rather us spread them out. Honestly, we should spread it out more and give Bob more space to work with, because that's when he's cooking. You let him get out there and make plays, and it's like you're congesting everything to where there's less room for him to work and less room for him to break free on stuff like even the run game
DJ's
to
more
benefit.
Comfortable DJ's more
And
comfortable
DJ's
doing
more
that too.
comfortable, 100%.
Yeah.
He's a better quarterback when you're kind of just letting things be a bit more loose. Like, DJ's going to make mistakes at this point. We know that. That's not a question. That's a matter of when, not if. But you're going to get bigger plays when you let him spread it out. Just kind of let the offense flow. We don't need to make this 4D game of chess that turns out is checkers, and just let the offense be simple and, hand the ball off the ball, throw it to Dallas Wilson. I mean, J. Michael Sturdivant also had some nice catch, had a nice catch against in the last couple of games now, actually. Like, we have the receivers to where if you can just let him go out there, run, play their game, and then give the ball to Ball, let him play his game, give him some open space. We can score on this Georgia defense. I mean, we can score. Is there any would it be crazy to say that we could score 30-plus points in every single defense we face the rest of the year? Not saying we will score 30 points, but like individually. Georgia,
I mean, Tennessee and Ole Miss pretty suspect defensively. Georgia somewhat suspect defensively.
Kentucky, I mean, maybe Kentucky slows the game down.
Are we really about to say that Kentucky's the best defense Florida still has to play?
I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident we are. But I think that's more Kentucky slowing the game down.
Yeah.
So, like, I think Kentucky tries to slow the game down. But, yeah, Ole Miss, I think we can score 30-plus on them. And so I think Lagway making the mistakes probably what loses us that game. But, and then, Tennessee's defense is not good. And, I mean, FSU's defense, I mean, they only gave up 20 to Stanford.
I will say I do worry about our defense a little bit with the injuries piling up and just the fact that, like, in all of these games, there have been plays there that the opponent has not been able to take advantage of. If you get to like Ole Miss or Tennessee, they might just start hitting those plays. You know what I mean? And that is something that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, I'll say Javari Flowers ended up being our highest rated player on defense. So I don't know if he's still 17. I know he was reclassified from the 2027 or 2026 class to 2025. So I know he's a year younger, but I don't know if he's 18 yet or not. So shout out Javari Flowers for having himself a game and maybe winning him a good spot on our team next year if he wants to stay. I know he's from Miami, so it's like, oh, he's going to transfer to Miami. But I mean, it's hard to predict these types of things right now. So Flowers earning himself some rep and maybe more playing time. Like I know Cormani was questionable, so 2 weeks he'll be back, I assume. And then Devin Moore, I think he said he's all good. So I don't know if our two starting corners are going to be that questionable. But hey, it's going to be on the turf.
Did Denson come back in the game after he got hurt yesterday? Sharif Denson.
I haven't heard anything on him, to be honest.
Did he come back in the game or no?
I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know.
Okay. That's just another one that I just had kind of forgotten about.
Yeah, that's good to point out, though, because I completely forgot. But yeah, I mean, nickel spot, I mean, Lagonza Hayward played some pretty good moments that star linebacker role there. So we got some pretty good young players there, but the experience is very vital. Alfonso Allen or Jordan Castell?
Probably Jordan Castell, right?
I was trying to bait you into saying it.
No disrespect. You got me. You baited me in the sense that I thought about it for a second, but no. If you put Alfonso Allen back there against like Tennessee, it's going to be a long day, I would think.
All right, I'm going to ask you the question here. We're obviously going to do our pick for the Georgia game next week, and as games go on, give out more picks. But do you think we make a bowl game? Or let's go through this first.
Yeah,
Florida's at 3-4 now, so we need to go 3-2 to end the season.
Yeah, that's basically Kentucky, and 2 more.
Kentucky will be favorites. We'll be favorites against FSU. I mean, we'll have to see how things look under an interim against FSU, but at this point, I would say, based on what we've seen, we'd be favorites over FSU. And, it's a home game. So we'd be favorites over those two. Tennessee's probably going to be, I mean, it depends on how we look against Georgia, Ole Miss, and Kentucky. And Yeah, over those 3 games against Tennessee, but I think Tennessee's spread will be within 1 score.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what the Georgia spread is. Georgia's spread probably going to be like 10-14.
Yeah.
And then Ole Miss at Ole Miss also probably 10-14.
Yeah.
So
Tennessee
do you think
at
we
home,
can?
probably like 7.5, maybe.
I don't think it'll be set. I guess it depends on how we look.
At home? Yeah, I mean, if we haven't gotten
I
completely killed, if we haven't gotten if we look like competitive, if we at the very least play Georgia or I guess Ole Miss is after. So if we play Georgia the way we played like A&M to or like Miami to where it's I don't know, maybe not, but it's like if it's like not a win, but like obviously not like a Florida just got completely embarrassed in this game, then maybe just because it's in the swamp.
Yeah, just because it's in the swamp. So, are you gonna say yes or no? Do you think we make a bowl?
So I think you get Kentucky. I'd say you probably get FSU because I think Florida's better than FSU, and I also just the difference between Florida and FSU is that FSU team does not seem to be playing for Mike Norvell.
No.
I'm not sure they would play for Gus Malzahn or Odell Haggins again or
took a
whoever.
bad hit. That was
No, dude, that was awful. That was really bad, and it was
that was
totally
like
unnecessary too.
T-Law,
Yeah, the Aziz Al-Shaair, yeah,
Aziz Al-Shaair, yeah, hit like that was
Yeah.
just bad.
And it was totally unnecessary too, because it was coming back for a hold anyway, like completely unnecessary. I mean, I'm not sure he saw the flag or whatever, but like just a
And he was
totally
like
unnecessary.
sliding.
That's not true, Chris. I just want to correct the record on that. That's only true if 2 of the wins are FCS. You can count 1 FCS win towards bowl eligibility.
Also, maybe this throws a wrench in things. We have a pretty high team GPA. 5 and 7 could get the bowl game.
Yeah, for purposes of this discussion, we'll say get a bowl game means 6 and 6. I would say.
Okay, now we're just changing out the discussion here.
Yeah, we're shifting the goalposts.
I'm just gonna say yes. I think we do. I think the home schedule is favorable enough.
Yeah, I think you win those 2, so I think you get to 5 for sure. And then I'm inclined to say that Florida maybe wins one of those other games, but it's also just like it's hard for me to say
hasn't
that.
won the swamp since 03.
Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna say no because I think that there's a chance Florida wins one of those games, but I also would it shock you if Florida lost to Kentucky on the road? Would that shock you? Because it wouldn't shock me.
I'll say
it is for Texas to overtime. They almost beat Ole Miss.
As I was gonna say, before the Texas game, I would have said yes, but Texas keeping it, taking Texas to overtime, makes me say maybe I wouldn't be as shocked as I would have before. Mm-hmm. I still think Kentucky is really bad. So I'd probably put that percent maybe 80-20.
Ooh, I
when
know.
Before I may have even had it like 90.
I'm probably more like 70-30, but
I'm really low on Kentucky.
I'm high. I think Florida has a better chance of beating FSU in the swamp than they do Kentucky in Tallahassee or in Lexington. That's kind of where I'm at this point. I mean, look, Florida has struggled there. Florida has played some really tough games there. They've lost there. I mean, obviously last year's Stoops didn't fare too well against Billy's teams. I mean, I know this isn't Billy anymore. We'll see how different it actually looks. Because while I just kind of went on a whole spiel about how I think it is going to be different, I'm not sure that's like a complete given. I mean, I think you could just see some of the same problems continue to linger.
I'll say if Billy was coaching, I think we get a 6 and 6 because Kentucky road win against a really bad team that you win by maybe 1 or 2 scores like Mississippi State last year. Mm-hmm. And then Tennessee's the one, I guess that'll be the second big win against a team that's better than you, but they're at the swamp, so you get that. And then a bad FSU team comes in, you probably win that game, ugly game that you win by a score or 2. Like that kind of feels like a very Billy Napier-like schedule, or like at least like last year.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, I can see that. I don't like the premise that Florida would have a better record if they kept Billy Napier, but it might be true. I mean, we're going to see if the guys like keep playing for the rest of the staff. And I mean, I don't have a reason to think they won't, but there's definitely, I mean, look, you saw the way they were posting and stuff. These guys really cared about Billy. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, Billy, these guys really did play for Billy. They liked Billy. So I don't think it's like a 100% given they'll continue to do that without him. Yeah, I mean, my gut kind of tells me Florida probably will find a way to get to a bowl game, but like looking at it logically, I don't feel like I can pick it, even though I kind of in my gut feel like it probably will happen.
Yeah, not so to, not quote Game of Thrones here, not quote Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. Don't fight for your king, Billy Napier, because he's gone now. Fight for yourself, fight for your money, fight for your team.
Yeah.
That's why you're going to go out there and fight Stannis' men, or go and fight these other opponents. You're going to do it for yourself. Do it for your own glory, your own money. So
and that is kind of a roundabout like benefit of the way college sports have changed, because it is like the NFL in that sense, where like even on a bad NFL team, you might be tanking like your team, but if it's a contract year or whatever, like you still got to go and earn, you're playing for your livelihood. So that is kind of the dynamic here too. So I mean, all these guys, like even if you decided at 1:00 today when you heard that Billy Napier's getting fired, that you're hitting the portal as soon as the year's over, you can't just phone it in, because the portal is competitive and guys enter the portal all the time that think they're going to find something. More guys enter the portal than guys that come out of the portal, so just in general, like you're playing for money. You're playing for your livelihood. You're playing for your draft prospects. So, I mean, I think there's still a lot to play for if the team kind of embraces that mentality.